everyone, and in today's video we're going to do something a little different. We are going to do the 10 things we wish we knew about Virgin Voyages before boarding. So we're going to give you guys 10 things. We were just on board here for a 5-day sailing, and we just figured some of the things you might want to know before you sail with Virgin Voyages. So let's get into the 10 things we're going to go over today. Our first thing is going to be arrival time. So I know you're going to be excited to board that beautiful Virgin ship, but just know the doors do not open until 1 p.m. and they are pretty strict on that. And only rock star sailors will be the first ones on, and it will not be earlier than 1:30 p.m. Do not get there too early. We made this mistake. They put you outside in the heat, not in the sun, but it's Florida, it's freaking hot. So let's say you get there at 10, 11, 12, you will be waiting until 1 for those doors to open. Now that is only if you have priority or if you are a rock star. If you have a set time, you are going to be getting onto the terminal or into the terminal at the time they gave you. So do not get there early. It's not going to benefit you. Go grab some breakfast, go look at the ships in port, do something, get there around your arrival time, and if you are priority, get there around 1:30. I really wouldn't do any earlier. You will be stuck outside in the heat. Next up, we're going to talk about dining reservations and show reservations. This is super important, you guys. So when you do book your Virgin Voyages sailing, you can go prior on the app and try to book your dining before you get on the ship. If you are unlucky to get anything, like we pretty much always are, they do release 30% of their reservations once you are on board or on their Wi-Fi. This being said, this trip we could not get into anything without a reservation for dinners. Cannot, would not, super busy. So please, right when you get on board, make those dining reservations. It's imperative. And a key tip here, if you do log into the Wi-Fi while you're waiting to get on board, if you are in the Virgin waiting area or maybe outside, I don't know, but if you're on their Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and book those dining reservations on the app. So make sure you do that. Super important. Same thing with shows. You don't need to go talk to someone. It's all on the app. Just do it on the app. Book your dining and show reservations the second you get on board. Now, this may seem obvious, but for first come first served shows here on Virgin, which there are a lot of, you're gonna want to show up 15 to 20 minutes earlier, especially if you want a seat. The Manor fills up very quickly, and the Red Room is a close second behind it. There is some really great shows on Virgin. You're not gonna want to miss them, so I wouldn't go overkill and say 45 minutes, but I would say probably about 20 minutes. You should be good to show up to those shows. Now, a little side note, make sure you go to bingo on Virgin. It's crazy. They have the biggest, craziest amounts of money on bingo on a cruise ship I have quite literally ever seen, in the thousands of dollar ranges. It's absolutely crazy.
If they win our jackpot round, they will win $2,170.
And a little side note, make sure you do the bundles for bingo. It's $30 for a small card, $50 for a large card, or $60 if you want one of each. Overall, just make sure you get there early for those first come first serve shows. And for the fourth thing we think you should really know before booking with Virgin Voyages is that yes, there are no kids, and yes, it's 18 and older, but it is very adult themed. So make sure you're not of the faint of heart. People are going to be shaking their butts. The pool party is like the coolest, funnest time ever, but again, people are going to be dancing. There's going to be a ton of kind of rowdy music. The Happenings cast is going to be dancing everywhere, jumping up and down, blowing bubbles. The comedians are definitely on the raunchier side. Some of the shows are definitely on the raunchier side. Now, don't get me wrong, we loved it. It was hilarious. It was a great time, and by no means it's anything crazy, but it's not your standard average entertainment on board. It's very adult themed, so if you are the faint of heart, I don't know if that's exactly for you. Again, nothing crazy, but it's not your average shows and entertainment here on Virgin. Now, stay tuned. We got some good ones coming up for the halfway mark. Our next thing to know, which is going to be number 5, is don't miss that Sailway Party, okay? The Sailway Party is iconic. I'm sure you've heard about it, but seriously, it's such a fun time. They introduce everybody. All of the Happenings cast comes out. It's such a fun time to hear about everybody. They have amazing choreographed dances. It's truly such a party. They get the audience involved. It's such a fun time. You don't want to miss it. And of course, another big reason why you don't want to miss it is it's free champagne. And actually, guys, the champagne's pretty good. Not too sweet, not too bitter, and it's actually pretty dang good. You can grab as many as you want. They come around serving them. There's bars that constantly have them on deck ready for you to have. Enjoy that Sailway Party. Take advantage of those free drinks, and don't miss your Sailway Party. Our next tip or thing you want to know is a pretty big one. It took us by surprise. Virgin Voyages does no bottled water. I'm talking no plastic, no boxes, nothing. Now, Royal, Norwegian and all them do have like paper boxes. No water bottles on board anywhere at all. You get 2 crafts of water in your room, and they change that out whenever you need them, or you can request more. But I just recommend bring a water bottle. There are no water bottles on this ship at all. I'm a big water girly. I never bring water bottles on cruise ships, but in this case, I'd bring a water bottle unless you want to be carrying around a glass jar of water the entire time. So no water bottles on Virgin. And this next one, you're definitely going to want to know before you board. I don't have a ton of footage for it, but overall, your onboard credit. What Virgin Voyages uses for onboard credit would be something called Sailor Loot or Bar Tab. Back when we sailed about a year ago, everything was under Sailor Loot, including your Bar Tab. Well, when we just recently went, they do separate your Bar Tab from your Sailor Loot. This is important because Sailor Loot can be used on anything: bingo, shopping, food upgrades, drinks, whatever you want it to be. However, Bar Tab can only be used on alcoholic beverages. This is more of a recent change, or maybe they finally got the kinks, fixed out on this topic. We did sail very early with them, but just so you know, your Sailor Loot can be used on anything, but your Bar Tab can only be used on alcoholic beverages. So just something to note when you see the promotions going around when you book with Virgin Voyages. They are 2 very different charges. And for number 8, we'll make this quick. You do not need luggage tags on your bags before you get there. This is very different than other cruise lines. You just show up to the bag drop, they put a little baggage tag on it, you tell them your room number, and you are good to go. So make sure you know that room number. That's very important when you get there, but you don't need to print out any pre-boarding tags for your luggage. Another thing I wish we knew is that the rooms will be ready when you're on board. Another very big difference between other cruise lines. The room will be ready. Now, let's say something out of the ordinary happens. All right, I've never heard of it. However, the room is ready when you get on board. So if you do want to carry on your luggage, or you want to bring a backpack, or you want to make sure you can get on board and just take a nap, your room is gonna be ready. So that's something really cool. Again, reminder of what I first said in the beginning, can't get on till 1:30. That's a big difference from other cruise lines. However, your room's gonna be ready right when you get on board. And somehow we are at our 10th and last thing you might want to know before you go on Virgin. It's going to be about the disembarkation process. Now, if you do want your bag taken off for you, you do need to have your bag outside around 10:30 p.m. with the luggage tag that was originally put on it. If you don't have that luggage tag and you took it off, no big deal. Go down to guest services, get a new one, but put it outside your room and they will have it waiting in the area when you actually get off the ship, so you don't have to worry about it. Also, a huge thing for Virgin Voyages, it's a great disembarkation process. No one's knocking at your door at 7 a.m. You don't even have to get off the ship until about 10:30, 11, and breakfast is even served until 10:30. Crazy, you guys. So take advantage of that breakfast. Don't set your alarm for 6 a.m. It's very chill. Of course, get out of the room when they need you to get out around 10:30, but enjoy breakfast, hang out, have a good time, and make sure you put those bags out there. That was super helpful. And just like that, somehow we are at the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed the 10 things we think you should just know before going on a Virgin Voyages cruise. We hope it did help you. If you want more in-depth content, we have so much on our channel for Virgin Voyages. So many vlogs showing in-depth food, the entertainment, our overall experience, the beach club, the ports. So much stuff, you guys. So make sure you check out our channel if you want to see more in-depth Virgin Voyages content. Again, we really hope this helped. Just a couple things we thought of when we left the boat that thought, hey, that could help you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our other Virgin content, and we will see you guys in the next one.